Hi, my name is Tara Kachaturoff, and I'm the host of Michigan Entrepreneur, where we feature businesses from startup to stellar. Today, I have as my special guests Matt and Joshua Stevens, co-owners of StickerBlitz. Welcome to the program.
Thanks so much for having us.
It's great to see you both today. And as we start things off, I'd love each one of you to tell us a little bit about you. We'll start with Joshua. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you and how you came to start this business?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Josh. My background's in computer science. It's been an interest since I was 12 or 13. Got a bachelor's degree from Wayne State. Um, and then pretty much actually before I finished that, started Sticker Blitz with Matt. And it's been a ride since then.
All right. And Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I got my start in advertising. So I worked in the advertising industry for about 3 years. I was on the in-house marketing team at Quicken Loans for a little over 2 years. And then I spent a year at Leo Burnett, which is a pretty well-known creative agency. Um, Me and Josh have been best friends our whole life and tried to start all kinds of businesses. This was the first one that had any real traction behind it.
So how did this business come about? And how long have you been in this business, StickerBlitz?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's been a little over 3 years now. How did it come about? It's a great question. Like I had mentioned, we've started so many companies and well, really more projects. I would call them um, throughout throughout the years since we were. I think our first one was when I was maybe 14 or 15. We spent a summer and built an app for the iPhone and Android. It was real dorky. It showed you how to tie knots, yeah, like fishing knots and think Boy Scout type, boating knots, that kind of thing. Um, yeah, so that actually surprisingly got like hundreds of thousands of downloads. Like the timing was perfect when apps were, kind of a thing. Um, but I'm realizing trying to tell the whole story it would take several hours. I don't want to do that. So you know kind of long story short is we were in the market for some printed materials, specifically stickers,
Mm-hmm.
and there were no good options. uh, it's specifically around the problems of speed and the problems of low quantities. People don't really want to do low quantity items, and it makes perfect sense because it's a lot of effort and it's
Mm-hmm.
expensive. You've got design work that has to happen, like you have to have custom cut lines created. Like people don't want to print 20 stickers and not make any money on it. So we saw an opportunity and we jumped in, and it's been a wild ride ever since.
And you are, in the true sense, you create stickers. And I'm going to just show a couple stickers. These are some examples of stickers that you make. These are on really quality thick paper, different types of stickers. This is a whole page of stickers. You have very bright stickers with, kind of that aluminum bright type of look to them. I mean, just all sorts of different kinds of things. And stickers, for people who don't know, who are not familiar with this industry, I'm a little more familiar with it, it's a huge industry. People are selling these things, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of stickers on Etsy and various Shopify stores all over the place. Stickers are extremely popular for all ages. And so a company like yours is an absolute godsend because people can get these things produced very quickly, low cost, and get them out to their customers. And you don't have to even carry a large inventory if they don't want, because you have your fast turnaround time. And I know because we went through the process with you. You ordered me some, and within days, they came in this amazing packaging here, really nicely packaged and with your logo on it. It's a bubble wrap type thing. Everything was packaged in it. Everything's coming in cellophane, so all very nicely put together and packaged, and quick. And for people running businesses that need these stickers, it's fantastic. That's all
Well,
I
we're
can say.
glad you had a great experience with that.
Absolutely. The packaging really makes a difference. There's other branded things that are inside of the packaging as well. Like this, information on the stickers. So everything is a very quality experience, and that was very, very impressive. Also, the quality of the stickers. I've had a lot of stickers in my life, and these are really nice. They feel good to the touch, and these have a nice matte finish on them, but really, really nice quality here. So when we go back to like thinking about this business and why the sticker business? Why this one? Why this route?
Yeah. So kind of how I mentioned before. It's actually very interesting. You could add the word sticker to like any other kind of word, and it's a company that sells custom stickers, and somehow none of them are really a great option. Um, so we really just took the effort to make the impossible possible, and really what that comes down to is kind of our software, our proprietary software that Josh mentioned his background in computer science. Developing custom software has been what we would consider our main competitive advantage, because you really could you could buy a bunch of printers, you could source material, you could buy a bunch of cutters, laminators, all the pieces that you need. You could hire a bunch of people, and trying to fulfill an order of one sticker alongside an order of 500,000 stickers is just not easy. So having systems in place that tell the machines what to work on, the people what to work on, what the packaging needs to be for different needs. Like you showed a great example of our stuff that would go out in a bubble mailer. When you get into larger quantities, they end up getting shrink wrapped into stacks of 50, and they go into a box. And it's actually a little bit more complicated than it sounds to have an order that needs to be in a mailer like that, or maybe it needs to be white labeled for someone, or maybe it needs to go into 6 or 7 different boxes. So I'm just trying to explain, kind of like our process and what we did to be different.
You literally are running the gamut from somebody who just needs a couple stickers to a gigantic order.
Yeah, definitely.
So what kind of facility do you have? So you have your own type of software that you've created that works for your environment. What type of facility do you have to produce all this kind of material?
Yeah, we actually just the beginning of this year moved into a new facility in Warren at 14 Mile and Mound. It's 35,000 square feet. And we're super happy to have gotten in there. Before that, we were in a 4,000 square foot warehouse in Sterling Heights, and we were really bursting at the seams there. And we're able to move into this bigger facility just in the nick of time.
Yeah, that's a big jump, but you can grow into all that space, and I'm sure. So the machines for this, do they look a lot like print-on-demand kind of machines that we see like in Amazon facilities, or we've seen videos at Amazon facilities? Is it kind of like that?
I can't speak to Amazon's print-on-demand system, but I would imagine they're fairly sizable, but not anything like a giant four process printing press.
So are these, so are you batching jobs to do like the smaller jobs and then later, like, are you using the same equipment for both types of jobs, either small jobs and big jobs? Or do you have certain machines that you're using just for these like huge print runs? How does that
So
work?
all of the jobs are on the same machines as far as stickers go. Um, the the difference there between the smaller orders of one sticker like Matt mentioned or 500,000, that's all taken care of on the software side. So it'll batch orders together in whatever makes the most sense. It'll batch smaller orders together and large orders together, and everything's figured out on the computers and website side.
Are you running jobs literally 7 days a week, or are you just doing this like Monday through Friday? Is this like around the clock kind of thing because of the fast delivery?
Yeah, it depends on demand. We've run 7 days, we've run 5 days. We do run at least 12 hours a day, and then we're actually able to run some of the equipment overnight, so we get a bit more coverage that way as well.
One thing I would like to note there is that we do, the site gives you a date that we stick to get
Mm-hmm.
your products by, and that is technically based on a 5 business day cycle.
Oh, okay. Even for the large print runs? Like if you're doing a huge print run, like 100, I need 100,000 stickers. Can I get those in 5 days?
Oh, so everything's printed next day. So everything's printed next day up to we have quantity breaks, and the site based on if you're placing the order through the site, then
Mm-hmm.
you will see it'll tell you how many business days of production that is required for your order.
Oh, I
So
see. Okay.
so I think 10. I mean, it's actually really complicated because you have 3-inch stickers, or some people order like 7, 8, 9-inch stickers, or 1 or 2-inch stickers. So let's say 300, or let's say 3-inch stickers. It would be safe to say that the site would quote about 1 business day for up to 10,000 units. So, but for the really large orders, like the 500,000 and so on, those are typically like large, think like big box companies,
Mm-hmm.
and they typically aren't going through the site. That's often more
Right.
like contract related work, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. A question I have for like one of the samples that you both sent to me was many stickers on a single page. And I was wondering how can you actually get these, can we actually design these online like this, where we get them all on one page
So
or
the
all in
way it
one?
works now, that is something we're working on, is having like a design studio built into the website. The way it works now is that you bring like a print ready file and upload that at the website. So you would design it in Photoshop or Canva or
Mm-hmm.
something along those lines, and then get it exactly how you want it to look as far as the stickers and the background of the page, and then upload it from there.
All right. Yeah, because those could be really nice to add to books and things like that. So, how are you getting the word out about your company and what you do? Because stickers are just so popular. At least, actually, in the world that I'm in, people love them. I know people who just like collect books and books of stickers, and these are literally, I've seen this one woman, she's got piles of stickers. She just likes to collect them from everywhere. But how do you get the word out about this? Because I know there's a lot of competition out there. What are you guys doing to let people know what great things you have to offer?
Yeah, our biggest marketing strategy is just being product focused and making sure that the experience that the end customer has is a 10 out of 10 experience, and that they are happy with it, and telling people about their experience. So word of mouth is a big part of it. Um, I'm sure we'll mention it a handful of times throughout the interview, but being product focused is kind of one of our core beliefs here. But in addition to that, I mean, we do have, you know, Facebook and SEO campaigns as well. But you know, the core of it is just staying product focused and making sure that the customer experience is the best that it can be.
Yeah, actually, Facebook would be an awesome place to advertise this, especially to certain groups of folks who are crafters and similar. I mean, it'd be very easy to target them because they would love this. Just another resource where they can turn it around. So, yeah, and even add it to your site if you can. Have a page just for people who are, selling these through Etsy, Shopify, their own personal Shopify stores. Just because if you speak to them and make yourself known to them, I mean, I think it could be great business. So because they can quickly order things they need and get it out to their folks, and especially for things that they know they're going to have on the site, they could have an inventory and just have. I mean, it'd be so easy for them.
Yeah, the crafters and the Etsy sellers, that's definitely a category for us, that we definitely appreciate their business. And I think like exactly what you're saying, our speed and the ease of use of the site and being able to get a date quoted and get it by that date is huge for them.
Yeah, and
It
they could
kind of
literally just come up with ideas, send it to you, and have this product in their store, 2 weeks later, ready to fulfill because they got an inventory at their home or business that they can just pop into their own envelopes and mail out.
Yeah, and we have no minimums, so we actually have a deal for samples. So if you the original purpose of it was so that people that were you know really worried about things like colors and stuff like that, they could order samples before placing like a larger order. But a lot of the the Etsy seller type people that you're mentioning actually take advantage of this, and we have no limits to how many samples you can place. So we have this really good deal. So it's $9 for 15. So if you just wanted to test, a design um, for really low risk, then you can do that, and you can order as many of them as you want. So um,
Yeah, I saw that and I thought that's great too because you do want to check the coloration and everything. And yeah, I like the fact that you could just put in something real quick, wait a couple days, get it in the mail, done, and then you can put through a bigger order. Yeah, I totally appreciate that versus, you need a minimum of 1,000 stickers. It's like, I don't need 1,000 mistakes, right?
sure.
Nobody needs that. um, I know you guys are brothers, and you've been brothers your whole lives. But what type of roles do you have in the company? Like, who's doing what in the company exactly? And do you do any jobs together, or are you pretty specialized in what your focus is at StickerBlitz?
Yeah,
We'll start with you, Joshua.
yeah, I'll let Matt speak to that a bit too. But I mean, for the most part, we really do work together on pretty much everything. I mean, at this point in the company, our focus is really on like business development, and we still spend a bit of time, perfecting the website and whatnot. Um, but yeah, I mean, for the most part, we do work together on pretty much everything.
And how about you, Matt? What are your comments?
Yeah, I mean, basically what Josh said. Obviously, kind of to like what you're saying, we do have like kind of, I guess, special things we specialize in slightly in that we are working on everything together. But obviously, I've learned a ton through osmosis. Helping lead the development team. But Josh has his degree in computer science and has previous work experience in the field. So obviously Josh is the go-to for that stuff, and I'd be more the go-to on some of the like uh, creative type side of things. Josh is also really good at finance. To work alongside our bookkeeper and accountant and all that. So
You really both have like great skills to bring together in a company. Not to mention that you're brothers and can keep it all in the family, which is kind of cool. Um, so, what do you like? What do you appreciate about the other one, like when it comes to business, and what's the one thing that kind of like maybe uh, is kind of a little difficult? Like, I mean, because we all have our things with our siblings, right? What's something you really so Matt, what do you really appreciate about Joshua?
Yeah, I mean, so Josh is a well, one, he's see, this is I try and make this not too awkward or gushy because we really do have a great relationship.
Hmm.
Josh is kind of a I guess it's not so secret now, but he's kind of a secret genius. Um, I like he's basically able to problem solve in a way that I have never met anyone that's able to problem solve like he does.
Hmm.
Um, he, so like let me just give you a quick example. Would be like when he was in his engineering school at Wayne State, they all thought he was a math major and like asking him for help for calculus classes, and like that was really he was not interested in that at all. So I mean I couldn't say enough things. I mean probably another big thing is Josh is like a huge doer and someone that's really great at execution, executing things and so
Hmm.
on. Um, so yeah, and then as far as difficult, I mean, I don't know. It's like um, it really is pretty crazy. Like I would say we probably agree on about 80 to 90% of things, which
That's
is
fantastic. That's
yeah,
great.
it really is. Like we're pretty much on the same page. And what's
Hmm.
cool is if we're in that 10 to 20% that we don't
Hmm.
agree on, it's really comes down to who feels more strongly about it, and then usually the whoever submits to whatever whoever feels basically stronger about it. So we've had
Who's
very
going to
few
do the
things
job?
we've been at butting heads with. So
Yeah, and that's great to hear. And I love family businesses, so I'm really happy that you guys are working together. And to you, Joshua, what do you really appreciate about Matt, which helps you create this successful business together?
Yeah, definitely. For Matt, I mean, I would definitely say it's his vision. You know, there's the company really. I don't know that it would have made it that far without Matt's vision. I don't know. For me, it's like easy to come into a problem or something isn't working the way you wanted it to, and it's easy to be like, oh, that didn't work. But Matt kind of has a way of just looking through, seeing through the problem and um, having a vision for what needs to be done with the company. Um, and then to the second part of the question about something difficult with working with Matt would again be his vision. Um, Sometimes, like Matt was saying, it's not that often, but that 10 to 20% of the time that we disagree, like Matt was talking about, um, you know, Matt tends to be the one that has a really strong vision for what it's going to be. But a lot of the time, I've learned I've learned over the years that when Matt does have a really strong opinion on something, even if it doesn't quite make sense at the time, it whatever we're working on, it usually ends up turning out, a lot better than I would have expected. Trying to, go with something that I had originally envisioned.
All right. Well, thank you both for sharing that. I know it's not always easy to talk about your sibling, but I think it's important for people to hear, like, when you're in a family business, there's a whole nother dynamic there. It's not like some person that you go home at night and forget about it. This is a person you grew up with. They're part of the family. There's all these different ties. And I love seeing family businesses, so I really am happy to see both of you working together and creating something that's also great for the Michigan economy and beyond. So that's fantastic in that way. I appreciate it and applaud you for that. I know we have a few minutes left, but before we get to our final question for each of you, what's new on the horizon with StickerBlitz? Do you have any anything you can share right now, and if not, I have another question for you. But do you have any plans to expand beyond what you're already doing or in a new direction?
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of ideas and things that are in the works. We've got a ton of products that are close. We're close to launching. So we obviously, the name is StickerBlitz, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot of products that kind of fit our customer base. So we're going to be launching magnets. We're going to be launching like greeting cards. We're working on being able to do more traditional paper and cardstock like products. So you'll see a lot of stuff like that we're going to launch. But we're really going to try and focus on more niche specialty type products. So if we're going to be doing like greeting cards, uh, bookmarks, that kind of thing. Um, so yeah, so as far as that, and then on top of that, we're really working on getting the site to be just the easiest. Like we're looking for like an Airbnb slash Amazon type experience where it's really easy to order and you get it even faster than we do now, because there are levers that we can pull and that we're working on, and a lot of it comes with scale. So it's
All
only
right.
going to get better from here.
Yeah, it's great to hear, and I like the idea about magnets. I love magnets too. All right, so we're out of time, and we're going to ask our one last question to each of you. We'll start with Joshua. If you could give one piece of advice to entrepreneurs, Joshua, what would it be?
Um, I know the advice that Matt will give, so I'll let him take that one. Um, so I'd probably say, honestly, it would be to be careful who you take advice from and when you take advice. You know, everyone has a lot of advice, especially as you're starting a company, and especially that first year, everyone's telling you something, and you really do have to trust your own intuition. Um, yeah, so that would be my advice. Just be careful of the advice that you listen to.
All right. Thank you, Joshua. Great advice. And Matt, as you round it up, what's your piece of advice?
Yeah, so Josh said it earlier. It's being product focused. So like I mentioned, I have a marketing background. It's what I went to school for. How I started my career. And I thought, like, I had this thought that it really didn't matter what the product was. It was just, if you have a good enough marketing strategy, then that's what works. And through this process, I have completely pivoted my opinion. And I think that it really is just being product focused. Um, so like everybody thinks they need to come up with like some brand new idea to start a business that doesn't exist, and I'd say there's just so many businesses that you have bad experiences, that I have bad experiences with on a daily basis, that when you find the ones that have been like incredibly product focused. Like I have several brands that I can't help but tell everyone about, because they've made my life better, and they're just way better than what is out there. So that's really like what Josh said. That's our marketing strategy is give people a 10-star experience, and then they tell everyone they know. So that would be my advice, is just to be incredibly product focused, which is
Great
the whole
advice.
experience. It's like
Right.
the time you order to what you like the time it takes. It's the whole thing. It's not just like, oh, we have like really good stickers, like, because we have that too, obviously, but it's the whole thing. So
It's the whole thing. All right. Well said, Matt. So I want to thank both of you, Joshua Stevens and Matt Stevens, co-founders of StickerBlitz. Thank you so much, both of you, for being a guest today. I really appreciate it, and I wish you the very best.
thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. If you'd
Bye.
like more information about our program, please visit us at www.michiganentrepreneurtv.com. Please join me again in the future when I interview another enterprising entrepreneur. Until then, wishing you the best of business.